Bufflin's description. Long-time viewer, first-time level creator. Yeah, we read that when we were on stage. And we were like, what the fuck? And also the name of the level, we figured this out. Carl figured it out. All Goombrats do quarrel. It's what AGDQ stands for. We figured that out just before we started the level. We're like, oh. But yeah.
From the crowd. Ready?
We're ready. 3, 2, 1, go!
This level was actually, we were suffering in this, and then Beast just took it home. It was a little bit like, first level blues and like just getting into it. The first level of a race is kind of hard to adjust to. Especially like we practiced, like Carl went and fetched us the same monitor that we were going to be using during the race. The other team didn't have that. But like, it's not that hard. But in a race it is, and especially when every death... This part here kind of sucks. That got us, I think, twice.
Has that knowledge. Some careful momentum buildup needed right there.
Wow, really?
The thing was, I think I only had like maybe 4 or 5 attempts at this first section. Or something like that. Completely blind. It's harder. In a race, it's hard. Like, and normally this level... Oh! Played like on your own, you get like multiple attempts. But when you have your attempt and then 3 other people have a go, you're not feeling it as you're learning it. You have to watch to learn it, It's like if you had a guitar and you're watching someone play the riff that you're trying to learn, and that's how you learn it, and then you're expected to play it perfectly the next time you pick up a guitar. That's exactly what it is. Hey Benny, thanks for the 6 months. Oh, you actually need to hear that? I didn't even know that. AGDQ Joe's was better than this. And then this jump here, this gets you. You need to do a running jump to get the height. Beast thought that was just a drop jump, but it wasn't. And then, yeah, Beast is like one-shot all of this. This is crazy. And from here, he one-shot the rest of the level. The other team, that is a hard jump, actually. You have to jump immediately. Somehow he one-shot all of that, and that's how we got it.
They've nailed it.
Yeah. That was, I think, half of their week of practice here. Was
there's Team OK Boom Boom getting into this point. And now we are neck and neck. Just a quick reminder, there is an 8-minute time limit per level. If no team finishes, it will be a draw. But once 8 minutes have elapsed, the players will be allowed to finish the life that they're on. So we got to keep things moving here.
Oh, Team OK Boom Boom making great blind progress as well.
Yeah, here goes OK Boom Boom with a shot at that vertical pipe.
Yes.
Oh,
they've got the money.
Oh my goodness.
Was that first? Like, oh my gosh. The heartbeat.
There it is, the vertical pipe.
Wow, suddenly the lead has
win.
Amazing. Amazing.
For this first level, the crowd is going absolutely wild.
Crazy, man. He is a beast. Beast is also really, really friendly. I hung out with him quite a lot. Welp. How the heck did Beast clutch this? Oh, that's a weird jump. And I noticed the other team had issues with this jump. You have to delay that. Is he always so monotone? Oh! Barbara is a good point. Crazy. How are teams decided? Who came over to me? Someone came over to me. Oh, I was in the private practice room and Barb came in and he was like, oh, we want to do the Triforce, which was Barb, Pooh, and Panga, I think. And so I was like, okay, that's cool. So that was the night Carl came in. We're like, well, that's cool. Why don't we do... I can't remember who decided it, but we figured it out. We were just like, let's do... Like, I was like, I really want to be on a team with Carl, because that's like my GDQ dream. I want to be on Carl's team. because we're like troll bros, you know. And so that was all cool, even though we were like the 2 worst players. And then we just got Ryu and Beast to kind of help pick our team up a bit. And I mean, Aura and Beast definitely had to be split, because I feel like they're pretty even. Like everyone's so good. This is the level that to say is like always in Aura's chat, but this is the level that Aura and I like one shot the checkpoint, and then it was so synced up. It was like crazy, and I could see him out of the corner of my eye, and I was like I could see his screen, and I was like, oh, do not screw this up, because this is like really hype, and I know the crowd will go like nuts for it. And as soon as I got in here, Ryu's like, oh nice, you already got a checkpoint. I was like, oh great. I didn't realize this at the time either, but this is like a 50 to 60 second section. So a death here would have like been hella costly to the race. And I was like super behind here because I was like, okay, where am I going? This section really isn't too bad as long as you don't miss like a switch hit or something. A very weird thing to do. Yeah, no, that was pretty funny. I noticed Aura did the same thing. He like went up here to jump and then hit the switch. And so then when we went through here, Glitch actually looked it up. He posted on Twitter today that we were frame perfect at touching that checkpoint.
Some very interesting machinery. As you might already notice, these players in SMB3 style being chased by this stack of booze.
Guys, it's too kabuki. I don't want to watch.
No, I had a nightmare like this last week.
And these boos are, in the mechanics of the level, are actually stacked on a muncher that is moving on a conveyor belt, because with this rising lava, you can hide machinery inside of it.
So impressive. Both teams making a lot of progress right now. Toadette getting really close to getting caught there. Beautiful snipe. Oh my gosh.
The sync up right now is incredible. These players have never, remember, they have never seen this before.
Oh, and a first try on both sides.
Wow.
I would expect nothing less from such talented players over here.
That was absolutely incredible. First shot completely synced up.
And now there's 2?
Everything. I looked at the screen fade from black to color, and it looked like everything was like perfectly synced. I could see how like guys, like our Marios and shit jumping. And I was like, don't screw this up. And that's where I died, and then he died on the saw. I wish I didn't die, because I feel like maybe I could have one-shot all of this. Because it's really not that tough, but don't get Ryu'd.
Okay, Boom Boom getting close to
and tight.
Oh! Okay, now here's play my level. Here's play my level's shot. Here they go.
But the pressure. It's a nice little troll. But yeah, it's a shame that first checkpoint is so close to start, because there could have been a third section otherwise. But I understand. I know how the level is designed to be like that. You don't want to have to go through that door and wait every single death. Ryu popped off. Yeah. I've never seen Ryu react as much as he did at GDQ. He was like super, super, super happy. And like, because he was like next to me on the back chairs all the time, like him having so much fun was like making me like have way more fun as well. It was just so good. See, I can't believe I missed that damn dry bones, because I wasn't expecting the level to speed up. That's what got me. We were sitting on the couch, not on the couch, on the chairs, like waiting for this one to like load up, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, it's a fail stream level. Oh, it's Mario 3. Oh, it's gonna have a tail. We're gonna have to do that. Looks like P speed and then fly, like all those indicators. And then who was it? Someone, I think Beast was like, nah, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't put that in here. Because there was a lot of chatter. Like, we talked a lot between the levels. Like, on stage at GDQ, and it was like this for the last one as well, right? So the speakers for the stage, like the speakers that everyone's hearing the commentary and the game and everything from, are like behind you. So they're the front of the stage if you're watching. So it's just like a concert, like if you're playing a gig. So like when you're on stage, you don't hear that sound very clearly. So on stage, you hear muffled commentary. You can't understand any of the commentary that's going on. You just hear, you know, like, and stuff like that. And then you hear crowd noise. And the microphones, I noticed on the VOD for GDQ, Must have been just the ones on the commentary, right? And so the crowd noise is actually very quiet compared to what it was like at the event. At the event, it is so loud. We can't hear the game sound at all. So if there was a P-switch, we wouldn't be able to time that. And like even hearing each other is really hard at times. Like you have to talk pretty loud. Fail needs to make more levels. So apparently Fail was actually making another, the second co-op level. We were meant to have 2 co-op levels in the race, but his didn't, he had some issue or something, and so it didn't work out. So this was his backup level. Yeah, I truly thought this was going to be a tail level. Thank God it wasn't. This was definitely the hardest to figure out. I think it was also the slowest because of the snake block, auto-scroller. Carl had a lot of trouble here on this jump, and he was getting a little bit upset at his performance. And then when he finally, had a... Oh, shit. When he finally had a win, he was like, alright, I'm happy, I don't care anymore. I've pulled my weight kind of thing. Well, he had a rough time in this level. Yeah, like that. He had a lot of those sorts of deaths. Just barely? Yeah, even the GDQ chat, have you gone back to see that? There was a lot of boos in there, and then people like, no, don't give them the point. They don't, oh god, they don't deserve it. They started late. Because we didn't know, we had no timer, so I kept going, and so did the other team. I think Panga went. Because we can't hear anything. And it was only right before the final level that I found out that my point didn't count, because Pooh was like, yeah, your win didn't count. I was like, what? Why? He's like, you started after the 8 minutes. I was like, what? How'd you know? And he's like, I only just heard it then because they said it. That both teams were 3-3. Because we were trying to figure out how many wins everyone had. Well, I'm an idiot. I think the thing to do is oh my gosh, Jazz. Even if you lose, if it's your last attempt, play it out, because if you can finish just behind the other team, it shows people that it's pretty close, you know. Whereas if your team gets beaten and then you're just like, oh well, time to die or whatever, then no one knows how close you actually were. That's what happened to Ryu. That's tough. Not wearing black? No, that's because of this. I decided to wear my GDQ shirt tonight. I like this shirt. This is actually a good fit shirt. Nice and long. It's not one of those short t-shirts. I don't know how I got this. It's scary. Even though there's a one-way there blocking the spike, you can so easily jump into that saw. At this point, I think Ryu was pointing out, or someone was pointing out, they're like, oh, gotta throw the spring at this part, because they saw the other team fail it.
Pow in the crane, and now they're going for the spring. Now, what are they gonna do here? And they're in there.
Pipe entry.
And that's a checkpoint. That's huge for OK Boom Boom. So they're moving on to the vertical section now.
And so I just followed their instructions. And then this part here, I died because I was like, I didn't know where the track was going. My trick was this, to do it like that instead of in one motion. And then the rest of the team was like, that's what you do. Yeah, let's do it like that. Wow, that's close. That was also close. And the other team died up here because I think it was Pooh. He jumped twice on that beetle and it lowered, and I'm a dumbass.
My goodness. Oh, Play My Level making a huge break right now. That was a massive good blind read on that shell.
Okay, Boom Boom right behind though.
And going and
can they do it?
And
oh no! Play My Level.
Okay, Boom Boom in the
Okay,
fight.
Boom Boom actually making it through that very segment that Play My Level wasn't able to accomplish right there.
Yeah, they waited a little bit too long, and that pipe scrolled downward off the screen. They have to get in there on a timer because that auto scroller is going to keep on moving.
All right, let's not be a dumb idiot. Please, 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 please. That's scary, man. That's tight if you jump late. And then the trick here was to not land on the thwomp too early. This should be a one-shot. Because we did pullbacks, that's why we lost. That's got to be so precise. That's why Beast died, because he thought the iframes were going to run out. That is so precise.
And this is past the 8-minute mark.
Could they have been any closer?
The end. And that is we're going to have to get a finished life right here, and that is time on this level. It's going to have to be brought to a draw. Team OK Boom Boom gets so close. They're going. They're going for it.
Should we get an official word from the judges on that one?
Are we the judges?
I want the responsibility.
We were past the 8-minute mark, but
they finished the level.
They finished the level, but that attempt started at 8:07.
yeah.
So I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that unfortunately will not count as a point for Team OK Boom Boom. I don't make the rules.
Whoa.
Okay, I don't make the rules.
Run the tape back. The rules.
It looks like the crowd might be making the rules there in a minute.
We've got 4 to go because I can't really do the co-op level. Any of the hallways? No, God, no. I know better than that. So did Bob get sick? Because a lot of people got sick from food, like from at GDQ, and they think it was from the food they had out. Because between the main so when you walk into the event, like you're in the main practice room. It's not like tucked away like it was at SGDQ. So you walk through the main practice room where everyone is. That was like the hangout area, and then straight ahead is the main stream room. And on the way, there's this like little corridor, and they've got all this food out that you can buy, like pizza and crap like that. And there's so many people walking past it, and God knows how many people are actually sick. And like, there was no way that food was not going to be good for you. I mean, some people have worse immune systems than others. I didn't get sick at all, and I know that there was definitely some sick people around. On my flight home, my 13-hour flight home, I was sitting next to some chick that was coughing like constantly, and the guy on my left had like obnoxious sweat BO and stuff, and I was like just there trying to sleep in this, and it was probably the smallest airplane chair I've had to sit in a long time, in an exit row at least. All right, let's do this all. This level was so good, and my team made some silly mistakes. Like Ryu got lost, Beast got lost. Just like, guys, follow the arrows. But this is the kind of level that makes a good race, because like, it's not so like, I think the best race levels, honestly, are levels where it's like you're figuring out what to do, and if everything's indicated and you just land on everything you see in front of you. Oh, I clutched this. Oh my God! I didn't clutch it out this time. I clutched it out in the race. But like when you die to something, you have to figure something out. Like it's the puzzly elements of a level, of a platforming level, that make it good for a race. Because then it means one person is not just gonna one-shot the whole thing every time. And that's what this level was really good at. It was like, oh, you gotta trigger that front. Oh, well, I thought that was gonna go quicker.
That with Super Mario World, you can really, really get crazy, or some of the other styles. So it might fit a little bit better for a race to have just more of a quote-unquote standard type of platforming challenge.
It's also got that good nostalgia appeal.
Yeah, it's a lot of people's favorite. Yeah. I personally back it as one of the Supreme Mario games.
Yeah.
The theme itself is just so great.
Really good progress from both teams right now, getting to about the same point. Oh my gosh, OK Boom Boom grabbing that vine.
What a
that was an amazing blind read. Seeing that vine, earning that checkpoint, that was incredible.
Yeah, and you said it before, but we can't stress it enough, just how tricky the multi-directional movement in this level is. You never know where you're going next, and it's all about those quick reads to figure out where.
We all used Pro Controllers. Both teams used like 2 Pro Controllers each. And then the only reason I died here, because I like sight read all this just fine. The only reason I died was because I didn't see, there's like something covering up this arrow. Yeah, that coin covers up the arrow. And that's actually pretty clever. Ryu got lost there. And then that freaking piranha. Oh my gosh. This part's kind of scary. Ugh. This vine, yeah, I remember Carl got through there, he's like, get that vine out of here! Like, I was like, yes, that is a rude vine. We thought we had to go in front of the thwomp initially, and then I discovered, like, I was like, nah, go behind it. We got sniped by this thwomp over here on the right. Oh, God, okay. I didn't play this part. The other team died to that pipe twice. So we got pretty lucky. And then I can't believe the end of this race. This was so crazy. I was like, I think, was it Carl? I was like, Carl, please don't die. was like, no, they're like right behind us.
And the vertical pipe.
They're both in.
My level. Now what?
It's not over yet. There's still a little bit more.
Run, guys. Here it goes. Who is going to get this first?
And we get a double
Wow.
finish. Okay, Boom Boom just a little bit ahead by 1 second. Amazing performance from both teams.
The crowd is loving it right now. You guys are awesome.
All right, so this level was tough. But I'll point it out. There's indicators that we weren't aware of. And I feel a little bit guilty that that Beast missed the pipe or the shell bounce before the pipe. Because I said to him, I was like, just keep going. And he did. And he got ahead of the shell. Wow. So I'll point these indicators. So the indicators in the second section. We didn't really play any Space Pig levels to practice because we're like, there won't be a shell level. Whoops. Oh! But there was. Who came up with the name OK Boom Boom? Okay, that was Carl's idea. Because we had our GDQ meeting. And the other team had no name. They didn't know. They were like, we'll get back to you. But Carl's like, he looks at me, he's like, what do you think of OK Boom Boom? I'm like, I don't even know what that means. And he's like, I was like looking at memes on the internet. And like at OK Boomer memes, I'm like, oh, okay. I guess that's pretty funny. And then we'll use that. Like someone else laughed at it. I was like, okay, yeah, sweet. We'll just use that. But I had no idea. I didn't know the meme. And it was good because when they announced it, I think X-Water read the name out. You could hear everyone like behind us, like just laughing. So I was like, all right, Carl, you win.
Our opposing team tonight is OK Boom Boom, the maddest of lads.
It kept triggering your Google Home. Yeah, we heard about that straight after the race. And if you look at all the comments on YouTube and stuff, they say the same thing. They're like, I disconnected my Google Home or whatever. This is a cool... I like this setup. When we saw this, we were all just like, oh my god, that's cool. Uh-oh. Oh, god. The word Google. But we talk about Google all the time on the stream. Why doesn't that activate a Google Home? So this section here, right? Arrows. You have to trust the arrows. During the race, I didn't trust it. But this section here, these pillars in the background are actually where you need to bounce. I didn't know that until I was watching the VOD back and I saw the shell line up every time. And I was like, man, if we figured that out during the race, we would have done so much better. And so we didn't actually get to play this section, but I get the premise of it. Oh, God. Oh, God. Can you imagine dying to that? Helper vines in the pipe. Yep. Next year, name your team Alexa Play Africa. Something like that would be absolutely hilarious. Hey, Glackham. Okay, I got a story about Composer's level. All right, actually, this is. I woke up right, and I was like, guys, let's go to Waffle House and get breakfast. Like, who needs food at like midday? And everyone's like, yeah, I'll go to Waffle House. And I didn't realize Waffle House was so small. It was like this tiny little, it fits like 5 people in it. Okay, a few more than that, all right? We were trying to go to Waffle House. So we walked all the way to Waffle House, which was a lot further away than I thought it was. And it was like humid outside and everything. We get to Waffle House and it's packed and there's people at the door. And I'm like, man, I don't have time for this because we need to practice and do our team stuff and all this sort of stuff. And we're about to cross the road and go to an IHOP. And then someone found, I think it was Roch, he was like, oh, there's a Hooters over there. So I had chicken from Hooters for breakfast. Roch got really excited. Composer wasn't very impressed. He was like, oh man, he doesn't like the food there or whatever. I was like, nah, Roch got really excited. We should definitely go to Hooters. And anyway, while we're at Hooters, Composer got a message from Dr. No saying, guys, you need to upload your levels like right now for GDQ so they could get the switches ready. So he asked the waitress there for like the Wi-Fi code, and he logged his Switch in and had his headphones in, and he uploaded the whole level while he was sitting at the table waiting for the food to come out. So he actually uploaded his level at Hooters. But he was like sitting opposite me, so I couldn't like, screen look or anything. I'm not going to do that. But like, yeah, he was doing it just opposite me. It was pretty funny. You can upload it without having played it. Yeah, actually that's true. He actually had to re-upload it. He kept finding things that broke only during practice and stuff. So he kept changing things because he was so scared after like I think a Calathon level he made that was like he got a lot of hate for. He did not want this level to go down bad, so he like worked really hard to test everything. So yeah, I was in a bit of a hurry to get back. Okay, I'm gonna shut up so you can listen to it. God, this sounds so good. Well, we died. Apparently, this is the Cadence of Hyrule version of the song, which is pretty awesome. Right, shh, listen. Shit. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna be a little bit tight here. You don't actually have to hit that. You can just hold up, and I think that's what Bob did. All right, shh, listen. Oh, that's right. I don't know if I actually did this part. The chicken sound. That's good. The cuckoos. You twig. This is so good. This is... Woo! Fairy Fountain music here is a very nice touch. I think Beast one-shot that section, actually. So I never got to play that. Oh, there's all... Oh, did he? Yeah, nice. This section... Yeah, this whole level... We did a lot of Link practice, because the bow is, like, the hardest thing to time, because it's so delayed. Please do Carl's ending strat. What's that? Flail around for, like, 5 minutes? You can hear the level, please talk more. Yep, okay. This section was hard. I got dick fined. Where am I going? This jump got me. Just neutral D-pad. You know what really annoys me right now? If I didn't get dick fined, I probably could have done that because I haven't played that before. Man, I probably could have beaten this. I could have freaking beaten that if I just didn't get dick fined. Oops, well, we better pull a Carl. Where's my sword? Man, seriously, that dick fine. You want to get the piranha like shooting up. Yeah, the spaghetti here was like, oh no, what? No, wait, oh no! I couldn't remember if I needed the sword through the door. I couldn't remember. Oh no. Whew. I bet I don't think I needed that. Clip that. Don't you dare! Oh, you get another sword anyway! Damn it. Well, now we know.
All right.
Oh, nice job using the shield to block the fire from the piranha plant there. There is, I mean, Bowser up there. You know, no Ganon, but... One thing that's nice about this section is you see the cannon in the upper left. It is shooting out the power-up so that if they do take damage, they can recover a little bit. And what they need to do is use that arrow.
Taking a pause to gather the breath. Now, there's like 4 separate obstacles in this section, and it should be noted that to destroy a Bowser, it takes only 4 bombs for a regular-sized Bowser, so it's not too crazy to ask, but definitely a lot to keep track of while
you got to get them up
here.
there, and standing around on donut blocks that are just appearing underneath you all the time.
And there it is. Carl Sagan making it into that red pipe. What lies ahead, we're about to find out.
The end.
There it is.
Amazing
Okay,
finish.
Boom Boom getting their third clear.
I don't know about you, but that was very stressful to watch.
Yeah, my heart was skipping a beat the whole time.
The only thing I don't like about this last level is the fact that I think there was only 2 sections. I wish that it was longer. I wish there was a 3rd section because, like, it was just over so soon. It was 3 minutes. We beat it in 3 minutes. Yeah, so this level, we were sitting there and we're like, the first jump's a long jump. We know that much. So, I mean, that was a nice preview to have going into a level. Because, you know, I legitimately thought, and it's in the practice video that we have, but I was like, man, I feel like I'm going to be the one getting the countdown, starting the level for every single race level, because Beast is just going to, like, beat every level, and then I'm the next one to play kind of thing. I was like, oh my god, I'm going to be counting down every level, and I'll be the first one to see it. So but it didn't. Thank God that didn't happen. It happened in practice. I started like 3 or 4 levels in a row because Beast would just be like doing his thing. And then the name of this level with plants. I don't know if you saw the tweet from Barb about the level he played about ants in his pants or whatever. I thought it was like a total meme of that, but it wasn't. It was because of the enemy. Yeah, sight reading levels that's my thing, but like. Sometimes consistency isn't with that stuff because, like, if you don't die to something, you don't learn from it. And, like, so my first attempts are good and then my follow-up attempts are usually bad most of the time. But I can, like, figure stuff out and help the team that way. That's like, my skill. And it was the same way at SGDQ, too. Hey, George? Right, no, I'm not going to do the co-op level just because I need to use 2 controls. It will take forever. So, yeah, we did know the first jump was at least that. Jeez, I didn't get to this part. I never got to play this because my one attempt at this section, I think I had 1 attempt. I died like an idiot. Ryu accidentally threw that into the wall. And this part, that was scary as hell. Good job. Backtracking? Oh, yeah. So this part, I was a little bit scared. I didn't know what to do. But if you watch this... Oh my god. I died. Beast died and he's like, oh, you need to jump later. And so when it was my turn, I'd kind of like... I had a really good attempt, but I was like freaking out because I didn't know what I was doing. Like, this part, I was like, what is happening? Like, somehow I got through all of that and I died like right near the end.
Who were we supposed to say hi to, Skybills?
Marty, Matthew's wife. So Marty.
Hi, Marty.
All right, real quick
Marty.
Also, we have $500 from JMac. Is that so exciting?
So that part, I just didn't know to throw that. And if I had have... This part here, the other team died and then Beast came back out of the pipe. Oh my god, he must have been so lucky. Because he came out of the pipe and he stuttered because the car was there. And I'm like, dude, go back down the pipe. He went down the pipe and that's how he didn't die. Because I told him, I was like, go in the pipe again.
Okay, Boom Boom with another shot here at the end on the left side of your screen. Here
go.
they go with the car.
Oh!
Using the pipe to stall. What a cosmic
What a
train move. That was
move.
amazing.
7 billion IQ.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna try and do what he did. He got very lucky. The stutter. Yeah, if he didn't stutter, it would have been death, because that's what I just learnt then. Unfortunately, Beast did this part too good. This is like the trolley. Oh my god, this is actually horrible. What the heck? Oh, nice. Cool. Because that part there, if both teams were in that section at the same time, that would have been hilarious, trying to get through a gauntlet of nonsense. But yeah, unfortunately that didn't happen. But you know what I mean? Like, another checkpoint would have been amazing.
And this final section.
There it is.
Mission is through
What a
in
play.
no time.
Okay, Boom Boom.
Okay, Boom Boom.
Has won the race.
The crowd is chanting for the Beast, and I don't blame them.
Yo, let's give it up for both our teams tonight.
An amazing show from 2 amazing sets of players. Couldn't have asked for a better showcase of levels and creators and players and co-commentators, if I can be honest as well.
I think it's story time. So we saw I have to look at my other monitor. this is the crew of us that went and saw the SpaceX launch, and the SpaceX launch wasn't actually meant to happen. It was meant to be the week before. So when I booked my trip and everything, when I knew I was going to Florida, I was like, oh, I wonder if there's a rocket launching, because I've always wanted to see a rocket. And I checked the launch schedule, and like there was nothing. It was like a few days beforehand or a week or two before, and nothing while we were there. And I was like, oh, well, maybe next time. There were 4 cars. So anyway, WRKBS, I think that's the full name. This guy here, he messaged me like a few days before Florida, and he's like, oh, there's a rocket launch on Monday night if you want to go and see it. And so I got a crew. I told everyone at GDQ, I was like, guys, there's a rocket, and it's like a really special occasion. You don't see Glitch? Glitch is on the left over here. Over here, that's Glitch. That's Etherpie right there. Super Mike, Marcy, Spooky, Swiftshot, WRKBS, that's his wife, and Jaku, and I think Dr. Cliche, or DJ Cliche, sorry, and some other people at the back that I can't quite make out. And anyway, the only reason there was a launch happening was because one of the launches was scrubbed because of shitty weather or something, or they had some sort of other problem, and so that's why the launch happened. This was the first launch of the decade, if you consider 2020 the start of the decade, which I do. So it was the first launch of the decade, and it was the second mission that they've launched with SpaceX, where what they're doing is this particular mission, they launched 60 satellites into space, and what they're doing is they're going to launch, eventually they'll have thousands up there. There'll be thousands of satellites for this thing called Starlink, and what that's going to do is it's going to give the entire Earth internet and Wi-Fi and stuff, no matter where you are. Worldwide internet, yeah. I heard Elon Musk talking about this like years ago. And it comes at the cost of creating a lot more space junk, which is already a problem. If you have a look on Google at the amount of space junk that's around the Earth, like space is actually very dangerous to leave our planet at the moment. They need to figure out a way of like dealing with space junk. It was also the 6th time that SpaceX had used the booster from this launch, because they always launch and then they land the booster out at sea on a barge that's like moving in water. Like, I don't know, it's pretty insane. That was the 6th time that they've used that same booster. So that's just some hot knowledge right there. I think the next thing is going to be an actual video.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition, liftoff.
Here we go.
Wow.
Yeah, very much. It's fun.
That's just the burn that we see. Like the rocket is above that.
Yeah.
You can't even see it.
My camera just doesn't get this. It's so bright.
The earth shook.
Did you feel a sonic boom? No, you don't get one with that. By the time it was like in orbit, it was going at 27,000 kilometers an hour. I think it was kilometers. What town? That was in Orlando. We were staying in a place called Jetty Park. That's a pizza. So this is one slice, and it was like $3.50 or something. How big is the entire pizza? It's massive. Like the box, some people could get a whole box, and it was freaking huge. So this is one slice, and it's the biggest slice of pizza I've ever seen. The cutlery kind of shows you, but I think the hand there does it justice. So, okay. On my flights from Canada, I had to go from a place called Prince George back west to Vancouver, east to Toronto, down to Orlando. Alright? And they lost my fucking luggage. Air Canada lost my luggage. I landed, and I was like running around in Toronto airport. I had like an hour to get to my flight because we were delayed. So I had 50 minutes actually to get to my flight. And so I was running through. As soon as I got off the plane, I quickly checked with the chick at the reception, or like the desk at the terminal gate or whatever. I was like, and she's like scanned my thing. I'm like, where do I go? And she's like, oh, follow the purple signs. You're in this gate on this wing or whatever. I was like, okay, sweet. So I just fucking ran. It was like 2 kilometers for me. I had to walk 2 kilometers to get to my next plane. Also, going through another security check with people just like dilly-dallying and all this sort of crap. I then had to go through US Customs in Toronto so that I could land. And then I also had to wait for them to check my bag in, which I've never seen before because it was already like going through behind the scenes. So I got to, I did the customs thing, and then I had to go to this next area and sit down and wait for my name to pop up. So I had to wait for my name to pop up saying, yep, okay, your bag's been checked through onto the plane. You can go through and board now. I was sitting there and I'm like, what do I do? I had to sit for like 10 minutes. I even went up to someone, I'm like, am I doing the right thing? They're like, oh, yeah, go and sit down, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, my plane is like about to leave. I had like 10 minutes to go at that point. And finally my name pops up. Yep, 1 bag. Sweet, okay. All good. So then I run to the plane, get on the plane, or I get to the gate and the chick's like, oh, we're still waiting on 1 more person. I was like, do I have like 2 seconds to buy a bottle of water? And she's like, oh, make it quick. And she held on my passport. So I quickly went next door, grabbed a bottle of water, paid for it immediately, got back on the plane. And then there was 1 person left after me that hadn't gone through yet. And when I got on the plane, I was sitting on the plane for an hour watching The Lion King, because I hadn't seen that yet. I just decided, fuck it, let's watch The Lion King. Because we were waiting to de-ice the plane. So after all that, it was fine. I landed in Florida, and the new one, and my bag wasn't there. My suitcase never arrived. Yo, Ether. So what happened was, for the next 2 days, I had to wear the same clothes. I got a package from Air Canada only because I said, like, I've got nothing right now. I have nothing. No toothbrush, no shaver, like no anything. And they gave me a bag, and it even came with like a shirt that I could wear, like a white shirt. But because I didn't have socks or new underwear and stuff like that, I had to do washing in my room in the sink. So I went to Walgreens and bought like some Tide detergent to like wash my clothes and shit in the sink. Unfortunately, my socks were so disgusting, and my shoes got smashed, and they stunk so bad, and they actually ruined my shoes. This is why I had to buy new shoes. So I used the Tide, and I had like some fabric cleansing stuff, and I had like foot powder and stuff to try and like absorb the moisture from the shoes. And I'd washed them, and in the room overnight, I did this twice. I tied them up to the air conditioning vent to dry them overnight, and then they smelled good. And then the next day they were ruined again, so I had to like wash them again. And that's just what happened. I had to do that. It was fucked up. So anyway, that's why I bought new shoes today. So this was the main practice area where all the SMW crew hung out. There's Decula down there. He's playing some D to the 4th nonsense. There's Glitch. Oh, actually, you can't even see. Shit. There's Deke. There's Glitch. Super Mike. D to the 4th. Did I say Deke? I think I said Deke. Roch again. There's Dylan on the left. There's probably some more people in the back there that might not even be from our community, but people you might recognize. I don't know. This is when I first met Aura and Xwater. This is my first time meeting them. I was wearing my alien shirt that day. Aura was really nice. I got to hang out with him quite a lot. I didn't get to hang out with Xwater very much, but Aura's he's a champ. I sat next to him for 2 meals actually. Aura can smile, yeah, he can. And then this is when we had lunch. So we had 12 people. We had too many people. Who's the guy in green? Some nerd. BK. Last time I met BK a year ago in New York, and I didn't get a photo with him. So I said, BK, I need a photo. I didn't get one in New York, and I was really sad. So he did that to me. BK also gave me the best hug on the last night of anyone at GDQ. And that was kind of nice of him. That's the whole practice room. So when you come in to the practice room, you come in from the left side, and you actually walk across this way to get to the main area. And so we were always hanging out at one of these benches. So I think Aura and Rexwrath are there playing. Snow Bear. There's White Moth. Microwave Brother. That might be Dan the VP. There's Moni. Hey Moni, you're in the photo. Guys, I recommend, if you've never been to a GDQ, you have got to go to at least one just to meet the community. The thing is, like with GDQ, when I very first started watching Twitch, Mario Maker is what got me into it, and I watched the GDQ race before I started streaming, and I was like, man, this is the coolest thing ever. And now, like, it's kind of weird to be friends with all the people that we raced with. Like, all of those people I can now call my friends, but back then I was a nobody. No one, like they were already like these big guys. It's kind of like been a kind of awesome journey. And I never thought I'd get to that point where I could like prove myself somehow, you know, like and be able to hang with them and actually call them friends. BK took us out to an Italian place. I think he went to this place 3 times. And there was a lobster car outside next door. But that place was freaking amazing. But it's like this thing where you pay like $34 per person and you can order as much food for as long as you want until you leave. And so you just keep on eating. So BK like shouted us a meal, which was really nice. When this is Carl's like, all right, let's do a silly photo. Well, that's what happened. That was our silly photo, and then we did a normal photo. But I thought this one was better to post because it was kind of classic. So we went out one night and we were like gonna go to this Japanese steakhouse that was next to the hotel, but it was like an hour wait. So we went to the Hard Rock. Yeah, that's where we went. We went to the Hard Rock Cafe. In the end, so we walked all the way to Universal Studios, which is about another 2 kilometers, and then every food place we went, they're like, oh, it's about an hour. It was just busy everywhere. And we went to the Hard Rock Cafe and then because it looked massive. Apparently it's the largest Hard Rock Cafe in the world. And they had like a table for 4 and a table for 3 and a table for 2 and a table for 6 or something. Like, oh, we can just put you in all these different tables. And then in the end, we ended up getting lucky and they just gave us like a full table for ourselves. So yeah, we went here, and when we were walking there, we actually bumped into Tammy and Ryu on the way, so they came out to dinner as well. That's the gold burger. You can buy a burger there that has a layer of 24 karat gold that you can eat. And Ryu saw it, and I'm like, you have to order it now. And so we kept calling him Rockstar Ryu because he's like eating gold. And then I think it was Composer was like joking, like, yeah, someone somewhere is like digging up all this gold from rivers and stuff, and they're like, they've just found this gold or whatever, and then it's been shipped off and some fucking idiot's eating it. Like at a restaurant. So yeah, reordered the gold burger. And that's the photo I took. And afterwards he's like, what the hell am I doing with my mouth? But yeah, classic Composer. Well, that was pretty good, yeah. Ryu's awesome. That's a Lamb of God guitar. I saw that and I was like, photo. That's Mark Morton's guitar. That was when Ryu was getting his badge. That was the Hard Rock dinner. And the only person that was racing that wasn't there was Panga. And unfortunately in this photo, Tanuki Dan is right here. He's cropped out. I think it's just this photo. I think the original photo has it. But yeah, I'm sure you know everyone here. That's Composer, if you don't recognize him, and Dan the VP. That was an awesome dinner. Oh, now there's a story here. So this is the first photo. I think it was Rochester's phone. He's like, just take a photo, take a selfie, and put it on the thing. He had it on a timer or whatever. And I put it down, and somehow it already activated the timer, and I didn't see. So I was like leaning forward to like start the photo. Apparently there's big numbers flashing on the screen counting down. I didn't see it. And then I pressed the button after it took the photo. And that was the reaction because like we were just like, what the fuck happened? So another photo got taken of us like figuring out what just happened. And then third time we finally got it right and we got a photo. It was like a Simpsons moment or something. So yeah, it's like a story. Luckily, the last one came out pretty good. This is Rochester at Hooters. He was having a great time. Yeah. And this is Composer at Hooters. He didn't want to be seen there. And that's Composer uploading his GDQ race level at Hooters. That's the law right there. Glitch made a pretty good point of like seeing the rocket launch because it was pretty special, like seeing that with everyone. But he did say he's like, this will be that one thing that happened at this GDQ where we'll be like, hey, remember that GDQ when we saw the rocket launch? And I was like, oh, that's so true. I love that. This is the actual room, the stream room. But I'll show the video I filmed in there after to show it off. Because I don't think you guys, if you don't, if you haven't been to a GDQ, or maybe I don't know if people do this. Like, not many people go in there and do a little video or something to show what it's actually like. I'm big on, like, if I'm going somewhere, I take photos, right, of what I'm looking at. And then I'll always usually do like a short 5 to 10 second video just to show it off, to get the atmosphere of what it was like to be there. And I do that everywhere I go on holidays, because like, what's a 5 to 10 second 4K video on your phone? It's like nothing. And I do that just so that when you're showing someone a photo, they're like, oh yeah, cool. If you show a video, it's way more interesting, because it's like, this is what it was really like, and like, yeah, it's not edited kind of thing, like pictures of snow and stuff.
41 bombs. Could this be the end? Good thing he's got all those hearts.
The other team practicing that. So Aura and Barb were like racing each other. They were playing levels against each other, racing to see who could beat them first. That was part of their practice. There was a young girl that was like the daughter of the guy that helped organize the rocket launch for us. And she actually drew this fan art, which is really awesome. And funnily enough, I don't know if it's in Pooh's like stream setup or if it's on one of his videos or something, but apparently she drew something for him and gave it to him, and it's actually like in his videos or something. And so I was like, oh, do you want me to go and find Pooh? And I found him practicing, like, and I was like, oh, Pooh, there's someone that you need to meet. And I actually brought him out to like go and meet her, because he's like, oh, I know who that is. It's blah 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 blah. I was like, yep, that's the one. And so then Pooh came out and was like chatting to her and all that sort of stuff. Got photos and all that sort of stuff. But I thought that was really cool. Just Smug with a space helmet and a rocket. I just had my makeup put on, because they put makeup on at GDQ. That's what they do to get rid of the shine of skin. So every single person has to go there. But yeah, they do that so that when the light's on you, because they have lots of lights and stuff, you don't have like a lot of reflection and shine and stuff. They want it to look nice. It does make a difference. It's good. TASBot. That's the guy that was showing off the TAS, the Mario Maker TAS, and he showed us all before they did it to make sure that no one had problems with it. And I think everyone was okay with it mostly. I don't know, but then it became an incentive and stuff. Didn't worry me. I'm not bothered. Pretty powerful stuff. Pooh riled everyone up right before the run when we came out. So they're like doing interviews or whatever on the other scene, on like the Twitch stream, so no one could see this. But like Pooh was like getting everyone in the whole room to put their hands up. He got like everyone at the front, like all of our community was like, yeah. But then he's like, nah, it's not good enough. Like, he got everyone, even in the back. People at the back have their freaking hands up. That was pretty cool. He actually did, so I took a photo. He was actually doing a panorama of the whole room. I don't know if he's posted that anywhere. Maybe he just keeps it for himself. So these are some photos. I think Tammy took these ones just while we were practicing. I don't know what Beast is doing with his arm there, but that just does not look natural to me. Team photo. I was actually next to Ryu. Like, Carl and I swapped because my shoulder was bad. I couldn't actually like put my arm around anyone, so I had to be on that side. This is a photo they made us do before the run. So we all had our makeup on, and she's like getting us all to like look angry at each other, team versus team. And I don't know if you guys have noticed this. I thought this was fucking hilarious. I noticed this afterwards, but like, Barb. I thought that was fucking gold when I saw that. Otherwise, I think everyone looks pretty good though. I like Beast. That's like pretty funny. Where's Carl? Carl was doing something funny too, I think. Or maybe not. Yeah. But yeah, I lost it. I lost it at Barb. I was like... Carl's stance. Yeah, he's got his hand on his hip. Pretty good. So that was right in the makeup area. That was so crammed. And then these are photos. They're pro shot photos. So a lot of these photos are actually done by... They're just volunteers, right? And they like have a photography shift or whatever. And some of them have never used an SLR. Like I was talking to a guy and he's like... He said he'd never used an SLR before. He like didn't even know what an SLR was. So he just used like auto settings. And that's like what a lot of the photos are. They're just done by people that want to take some photos. So they come out pretty good considering. Maybe the photographer that did these ones was like a pro or something. I don't know. But that's the case a lot of the time. Yeah, everyone was happy. So Ryu and Aura were having a blast because I talked to them afterwards as well, and they're like, "Oh man, that was the best." Yo, Lambda, I think it's the 5 months. That's just there must have something good must have happened there. Or a smile. Carl's doing is like, what? I don't know. That must be natural to him. I just don't do that. I think this was in the introductions, possibly. Glitch and X-Water getting right into the commentary. That's the most awkward freaking photo. This is like Beast just won, and I was like, all right, do that. And our hands kind of like collided. That's when like the photo got taken. It's like so awkward. Just some more practice shots.